thanks to Sonneveld, we can see this game through to the end. He fixed it. And I mentioned at the top when I started today, but just as a recap, the reason that we were getting that horrible crash, game-ending crash, was because there's 3 discs in the game. There's two disc 1, disc 2, and a program disc. And this image of this king is not on the correct disc. Like, it's looking for the image and it's not on the disc that the game is on, and that's it. It just can't do anything. It gets confused and then it boots us out. Charlie B, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, and so Sonneveld was in chat the other day, and he offered to take a look, and he did. He found that out. I played through the game again. I sent him my save game file, and yeah, he fixed everything and tested the game as well to make sure that I will be able to get to the end of it today. And yeah, super thanks to Sonneveld. Another shining example of how awesome retro gaming Twitch streaming is. In fact, also, this is also partly Sonneveld's fault. Pantsmo's Pantaloon Adventure, this is the Evil Tentacle mod that me and Foolery and Evil Tentacle kind of collaborated on. Sonneveld was playing Cosmos Cosmic Adventure, and I do what I usually like to do when I see people playing that game, is I come into their chat and I harass them about the naked alien boy and how unseemly that is. And we all got to talking, and Evil Tentacle made it all happen by offering to mod Cosmos Cosmic Adventure. And if you want to play Pantsmo's Pantaloon Adventure, you can play that. You can find it for free on Evil Tentacle's itch.io page. I just put the link in Nightbot. And it was so much fun to make. And I actually did some of the sprite work on stream with you guys. Yes, cheers to the adventure game community. Cheers to the retro community. You guys are the best. And as I mentioned before, Dawsember is coming up, and registration is open for Dawsember if you want to participate. If you like to play DOS games, if you want to explore playing DOS games, it's a really good way to do that. And if you register before sometime in November, you can get your name on the back of the shirt. But here we are, at long last. Should I even try to finish it, like, by myself without the walkthrough for this little... Why not? Let's try to do that. Okay. What happened is we went into the series of caves. We entered a series of riddles. We recovered the sword. We brought it back to the king who wanted the sword. And we could not take the gem that he was offering us. That would crash the game. Yeah. This is the room description for this area. Yeah, we want cake. You look around to find that you are standing on a set of marble steps leading up to a beautiful gem-encrusted throne. Standing in front of the throne is a very majestic, proud, and serious, yet sad-looking king. A plush deep red carpet originates near an immense set of ornate double doors. The carpet trails to the stairs through a series of carved white pillars. Between each pillar and in front of the double doors are a pair of stern guards whom stand silent and motionless. The whole atmosphere demands your respect and admiration and awe. In this area there is a green gem. Here's the thing. We have to take gem. Done. Oh. Is something else supposed to happen? Walk through. Oh gosh. I haven't been transported anywhere. Uh-oh. Look. The gem is small enough for you to close your hand around, which is really not all that small for a gem. It is soft glowing, almost liquid. Why is it not working? Uh-oh. That was supposed to work. I'll restore the game again. Oh, Lady Norman, thank you for, yeah, awesome. Yeah, thank you for signing up for December. Okay, let's get gem. Oh gosh. Restore to 1. Oh my gosh, why isn't this working? Oh my gosh. After all of that, get gem. Leave. Bye. South. Rub gem. Oh gosh. I'm looking at the walkthrough, and the walkthrough says... Give sword to king, take gem. Do I have the sword still? Hold on, inventory. Give sword. What? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is a lovely king. I wish he was not so sad. That means nothing. That means nothing. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go from here. Maybe let's go from here. That means it just comes up random. That happens randomly. It doesn't mean anything. Okay, inventory. Okay. We're just gonna go from here again. How about that? Why don't we just do that? Don't even just. It's fine. We're just gonna do that. Maybe I just did a step extra or something. Just that's none of us panic. It's gonna be fine. So put gem in sword. No. Put gem in sword. You already did. Okay, south. Read wooden door. Time. Southeast. Read iron door. Health. South. Read bronze door. Peace. Southwest. Save here. Save it under 3. Oh, geez. South. Okay. Give sword to king. Ah. Give sword. Spell it. Okay. You kneel and hold the sword above your head. Okay, we've done this before. For the king to take, he accepts the sword and tells you to stand. Once you're face to face, he puts his hand on your shoulder and speaks. You have done my people a great service. We'd like to thank you by offering you this gem. He plucks the green gem out of the sword and hands it out for you to take. Yes. Take gem. Thank you. Okay. You graciously accept this token of thanks from the king and his people. You are then escorted from the kingdom. And not even a come again. Print screen. You are standing in a long, sweeping field. I don't know why that didn't work. Anyway, we're not concerned about that. The important part is we're here now. In the distance, you can see a castle. In the center of the field, in a door apparently going nowhere, man. What? You can see the castle in the center of a field and a door apparently going nowhere, man. Floating above the door is a sign that reads exit. I'm going to try to play this without the walkthrough. Just, why not? Open door. Okay. Enter door. Enter castle. Standing along in the distance is the castle in the center of the field. Okay, can I just go north? East? West? No! 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 I should save it. What was I thinking? Okay, save. 4. Okay, we're safe now. Okay, go up. Okay, don't go west. Go south. Go east. Enter exit. Open door. Why? Distance, you can see a castle in the center of the field. In the center of the field, the door apparently going nowhere, man. Oh, and it's the center of the field is a door apparently going nowhere, man. Look at door. Door's floating in the middle of the field. Look at field. Okay, I'm just... What? Float. Exit. Okay. You step past the door and find yourself swimming in non-existent liquid. You muse that you must know how Alice felt, and then as quickly as it started, it is over. You're standing in front of Duval's toy store. You have fond memories of when you were a kid and used to walk down those cluttered aisles, daydreaming about owning each and every toy. The store is now dark, and there is a sign hanging from the inside of the door that reads closed. The only exit from the area is to the west down Denton Avenue. Save. 5. Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm going. With minimal obstruction, I'm just gonna go to the walkthrough. I'm too scared of this game. This game is too hard. West. Oh yeah, you know what? This is the last part. We actually kind of did this part before. This is we got to go to be hunted. We got to go be hunted. Do you remember this? Right. Yeah. Oh, I should have. Why am I gotta read this stuff to you guys. I'm being a bad Let's Player. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna. Okay. So we have to go over to this warehouse. Okay, and I will read the things. Oops, wrong place. Gotta go west again. Have to go south. We have to go south. Okay. You are standing at the very end of Bader Street at the outskirts of town. To the south, a small dark dirt driveway runs directly to an old abandoned warehouse. The only other exit from the area is north up the street. Go south. You are standing outside the old you're standing outside an old abandoned warehouse. There is a big billboard obscuring a large portion of the outside. Most of the windows are broken and the paint is rotting away. The entrance to your south and the town is to the north up the dirt driveway. Okay. Okay, I'm going to save it again. I'm going to save it as 6. Go south. You step through the door into utter darkness. You inch your way along and then find yourself falling. You flail about for what seems like an eternity. Finally splash into some water. You find yourself floating in a vast ocean. The sun beats down on your face as you bob up and down in the crystal clear water. It looks as if there is some sort of land mass to the north, but it seems quite far from where you are. Far? The bobbing of the waves makes it difficult to discern direction or distance. Hey, Judge Khan, happy Crimson Good Tuesday. This part I actually did puzzle through most of the way. I'm going to check my work by looking at the walkthrough, but we think we basically did everything. Swim north. You head off toward the shadowy... The game's running pretty fast. You know what? Oh, wait, actually, we got to restore 6. Okay. I'm going to turn the cycles down because it's going a bit fast and we don't get some of the... I'll make this 1500. Okay. Okay. You head off toward the shadowy mass. As you get closer, you see it's a small... I can pause the game, right? Okay, I'm going to pause the game. Okay, wait. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Okay. Happy Crimson Tuesday or Wednesday for those who celebrate. Okay. I keep forgetting I can pause now really quickly and easily with this beautiful pause button I now have. Okay. You head off toward the shadowy mass. As you get closer, you see it's a small island covered mostly with jungles. You finally reach the beach, exhausted from the long swim. Now it's too slow. Go! Oh. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me, game? I want to just read the message. Please. Let me read the message. I'm just gonna turn on and off the pause every few seconds. It gives you no time. Yeah, the Bugs Bunny Nope meme phase. Come on, I just want to read everything in your game, please. About every second, I'm turning it on and off, the pause. I can now do this because I've got this beautiful pause button. Oh my gosh. Why is this so difficult? Why? It shouldn't be this difficult. To read, I want to read the thing. That's it. Please. This is DOSBox X 2005-0503, for what that's worth. What? Ah! I don't care. You are on the sandy shore of an island. There's something else, maybe. To the north is a dense tropical jungle. A rickety old boat covered with seaweed to your right. It appears as if it has been sitting there for a long time. Maybe if I just do look, it'll give me that again, right? Yeah, rickety. Okay, it's fine. A rickety old boat covered with seaweed to your right. It appears as if it had been there sitting there for quite some time and is not seaworthy. You see, there's a large hole in the side. It is only big enough to accommodate 2 people. That is, if it was in working order. Scattered pieces of driftwood surround the beach. There are 2 overgrown but usable paths to the northeast and the northwest, and a little larger one to the north. Got it. I know. Now this is. I should have bought 2 of these keyboards. Okay. Great. I'm going to save it as 7. North. You are somewhere in the middle of the jungle. You hear the sound of little animals scurrying through the bushes to the east and west, and although the tight brush does not allow for much movement, there are small bushes to the east and west, and what? Oh, there are small paths leading to the south, north, and southwest. Oh yeah, modern verbs. I remembered like the clocking of stuff. Even back in them 486 days. Okay, north. Again. You find yourself outside a big old mansion. To the north is a small stairway leading up a set of double doors. The one to your right has a sliding peephole. The one to your left has a doorbell on it. To the east and west is some thick shrubbery filled with leaves that no one has bothered to rake out. To the northwest is a small walkway leading off into the woods. Moslow. Hey. That might ring a bell. Ring doorbell. Speaking of ringing a bell, ring doorbell. You push the bell and hear a series of chimes echo through the mansion. As the chimes finish, the door opens. I'm not even supposed to just talk to the guy? I'm following the walkthrough. My brain... Okay. Look. North. You walk through the doorway into the mansion where a starchy doorman holds the door. He shuts the door behind you and instructs you to enter the living room to the east. You swear he is pointing that way with the tip of his nose. You are in the foyer of a beautiful, at least from the outside, old mansion. It is decorated in rather peculiarly with bright red and yellow draperies and flower-patterned furniture. Yuck! To your west is a closed door and a table with a mirror hanging above it. To the south is a set of double doors. The door to the left has a peephole in it. To your east is a very large room. It looks as though it may be a living room. Beta Human suggests try typing graphics off before a giant text dump. That setting that says in the manual that it does a thing doesn't really do a thing in this. Ace, happy Crimson Tuesday. I tried graphics off. Oh, it does work. Never mind, you are correct. Graphics on. Oh yeah, it for some reason, even though the manual says that, it doesn't actually understand those. Like with score, apparently the manual says you can type score and you get your score. It does. It just gives you a joke response, like this. Okay, east. As you enter the room, you are confronted with a strangely dressed man. He is about 6'2", tanned, and looks to be in very good shape. He is about 6'2". Oh, wait. He is wearing a multi-pocket light brown shirt and loose-fitting leather pants. He shakes your hand and says, "Hello, welcome to my island. This is no fantasy." And I actually did figure this part out. It's funny because you can actually access this scenario at any point in the game. And so I'm hoping you don't need anything from previous parts of the game so you can do stuff out of order, but I kind of feel like maybe you can't. Anyway, I figured this stuff out to myself. Say thanks. The man smiles and says, "It is good to see you know your manners. Sometimes something I've always felt was a lost art. One thing I could never tolerate was rudeness." He stops to think for a moment and then continues, "You must be hungry from your long swim. I will get you some food, and then we can talk." He claps his hands and a servant enters with a tray of food, which he hands you. Okay. Say thanks. The man's smile broadens at your politeness. "Very good. It's too bad we won't have time to become friends. I would have liked to have known you better." "Ah, well." With that, his demeanor changes to that of a salesman about to close a deal. "You see, I'm a hunter. The world's greatest, you know. I bought this island partly to get away from humanity, but mostly to hunt. I have hunted everything from the most exotic bird to the most ferocious leopards, and there's nothing left. I am bored and need a challenge." He looks directly into your eyes and smiles, but it is not at all friendly. "There is one beast I have never hunted, man. The only animal with the ability to reason. What a challenge! I do hope you'll cooperate. It'll be more fun that way." Suddenly he stands. "Come, I'll take you to the bedroom, where you can change and prepare for the hunt." He starts to the north and then pauses, waiting for you to follow. I actually did manage to get through most of this, except I did get stuck at a point where he keeps shooting me. North. You enter the room and look around to find that you are standing in the den. In the center of the room is a roll-top desk, which is sitting on an expensive oriental rug. To one side of the desk is a small table. Behind the desk and a little to one side of the table is a chair. A series of shelves containing an assortment of trophies takes up an entire wall. The rest of the room is decorated with animal heads hanging from certain places. In this area there is a French prophecies book, a nursery rhyme book, someone's diary, a fountain pen, a bear trap, and a tarnished brass key safe. Save it at 8. Okay. Read diary. You turn to a recent date. "I long for the hunt. I long to kill, to be challenged, even beaten. Life has become far too boring, and look, hasn't been published in years." Let's see. That's apparently, I mean, there's other stuff you can read. French book. Read. Making French prophecy. It's written in French and you can't understand it. Nonetheless, you feel enlightened. And apparently you can't take the other stuff. If you want to take the key, it's going to say, "You decide that it would be best to try and return to this room later to obtain whatever might help you to defeat the nut downstairs." You can't really take... you can take the pen. I think you can't take the trap. It says the same thing. Judge Khan, I have not read the book or seen the film Rogue Male, about a big game hunter who, bored with the needless cruelty of hunting animals that can't fight back, decides to hunt bigger game. The biggest game in Europe, 1938. It's one of 2 dictators. The book does not specify which, does not go to plan. Hunter quickly becomes hunted, as is so often the case with stories like this. Gotta go east. You enter the bedroom and find yourself staring at a king-sized brass bed. The bed is neatly made up with sheets and bulges at the top where a pillow lies safely hidden away. Next to the bed is a nightstand that, for some reason, has a fireproof safe built into the side and a lamp jutting out of the top. Along the wall, opposite the nightstand, is a dresser with 3 drawers. There is a window cut into one wall, but closer observation reveals sturdy bars preventing it from being used as an exit. The only exit from the room would seem to be the same set of double doors you entered through. You see a matchbook, some fine clothes, and a cigar butt. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. Okay. Look at matchbook. And this kind of did tickle me because it says, matchbook is from the Blue Oyster Club. It contains matches. And I've grown and eaten blue oyster mushrooms. Get clothes. Okay. It doesn't say we have to wear them. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I'm just going by the walkthrough right now. West. And all this stuff sounds like it'd be useful, but it's not saying I need to take any of it, so I guess I'm not. And I guess maybe they're just red herrings or something. And also the reason I'm not taking them, even though they might be useless, is that you have a carry capacity in this game, which is kind of annoying. So I don't want to take something now, and then like later on, I won't be able to take something I actually do need. Although you can drop stuff in this game, which is kind of nice. West. South. You enter the living room and find the man sitting on a couch. He stands and speaks as you enter. Good, I see you are ready for the hunt. I've decided that you are not much of a challenge, as is, and thus I must even the odds a bit. Here is a rope and a knife. He holds out a long curving rope and knife. Take rope and knife. Done. You quickly snatch it while no one is looking. You don't know what that means. You take the rope and knife, and then are blindfolded and led away. You can feel the change in the air and hear the noises of the jungle. When you reach the outside, you stumble along, not being able to see until your handlers halt. They remove the blindfold, and one announces, "Tally-ho! Let the hunt begin." They all exit, and you are alone. Again, naturally. You are in a cold, dark cave. The cave is featureless, save for the remains of an old campfire and a few bones scattered here and there. The only exit appears to be to the south. In this area, there is some dried bones and fist-sized rocks. We don't need those things. We're not taking them. I'm going to save it. Save 9. South. You walk down a small path until your progress is halted by a large tree standing in the middle of the path. The path goes around both sides and connects again on the opposite side. It continues again to the north, where it stops at an entrance to some kind of cave, and then to the south. On either side of you, the jungle gets dense with thick shrubs and trees. You are standing face to face with an enormous and extremely hungry tiger. It must be the one that got away. It sees you and crouches, preparing to spring upon its newly found prey. I did figure out how to climb, that I should climb the tree, so I felt smart about that, but couldn't figure it out after that. Climb tree. You reach the tree and start climbing just as the tiger makes his attack. It falls just short as you pull yourself onto a branch that will support you. The tiger is sitting at the base of the tree looking up at you. Looking up at you hungrily. You climb the tree to find a secure branch and sit on it. It is too dark for you to see anything beyond your immediate surroundings. Tie rope to branch. You tie the rope securely to the branch above your head. Get rope. You're now carrying it, and it's also still tied. It's kind of hard to visualize. Swing south. You get a good grip on the... I don't know how you know how to do this anyway. You get a good grip on the rope and swing towards a tree to the south while letting out a Tarzan call just for effect. You find yourself standing on a branch which doesn't look sturdy enough for cats, let alone you. You cannot see much because it is so dark. Your only exits are down and to the tree to the north. Yes. My goodness. Down. You find yourself standing on an overgrown path which runs from the north to the south. To the north, the path gets even smaller and more overgrown, but to the south it looks as if it might be easier going. I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it at 9 again. I want to see about... We're supposed to go south, but I want to go north. Oh, it's back here. Okay, never mind. Okay, restore. South. The jungle starts to thin out a little on this part of the path. To the east and west, the jungle is still too dense to permit passage without specialized equipment. The path leads off to the southwest, where you can see it gets larger and easier to walk on. And to the north, where it narrows slightly, you hear the sound of a helicopter in the distance, and then catch a quick glimpse. It seems to be combing the island. I just want to see what happens. Look, do we get blasted out of the sky? Okay, yes. The helicopter overtakes you before you manage to complete this task. Over a loudspeaker, you hear the hunter, "I've got you now." His voice then trails off into insane laughter. The next sound you hear is that of a machine gun firing. It is accompanied by a burning sensation running throughout your body, then all is black. Go home and some happy Crimson Tuesday. You blew it and you're dead. Undo. I'm actually going to restore because I went... We're going to finish the Twilight Zone tonight, thanks to Sonneveld fixing the file. There was a misplaced resource file. Seemed like such a nice man. I know. Hide. We're supposed to hide. You lie down and hide in some brush near the edge of the path. You can see the helicopter pass overhead. Sound of the rotors slowly fades. Southwest. You're on the sandy shore of an island. To the north is a dense tropical jungle, rickety old boat. We've been here before. And there's also this piece of driftwood here that we don't need. Area 85. Combing some places make you remember this scene from Spaceballs when the soldiers comb the desert with an actual comb, I expect. And we've got to go north now. Right, we've done this before. An overgrown rat comes racing out of the bushes and stops directly in front of you. I'm going to save as 8. Let's see how the rat kills us. Goman Thomas says, is that just a problem with the rip, or is it present in their physical game too? It's a problem with the rip. And Sandoval says, I'm not sure what happened with the king. Maybe that was a save you made before the fix. Very possibly. It's the same. Yeah, it could. Yeah. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I'm just relieved that I did have a version of the save that did get us past. I actually just restored it to further back and redid some parts, and it seemed to be fine. But thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get eaten by a rat just now, but because I want to see what else is in the game. Okay, it's just gonna look at me. You hear the crack of a small twig behind you and swing around with lightning speed, where you see the hunter, his gun aimed directly at you. He laughs in triumph and fires. The bullet rips through your body, killing you. Yeah. Restore. No, yeah, I'm just relieved. Yeah, it's going to be fine, son of a... I made plenty of saves since. But I have not overwritten the save that I used for this. Kill rat with... Do I have a knife? You kill the rat before it has a chance to escape. The battle's over quickly and you are the victor. Do I have a knife? I don't remember getting a knife. Did he... Oh, he gave us a knife. Look at rat. You peer at it hoping for some mystical insight, but nothing happens. Inside Out by Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yes, I am well. I'm going to finish this game. I thought it would actually be shorter than I was after looking at the walkthrough. I don't know. But yeah, thanks to Sonneveld, we're going to finish the Twilight Zone tonight. I don't know if I'll start anything new, but I will at least an intro what we'll be starting next time. If I don't have the time to start it. Okay. Kill north. Right, here's the mansion again. A vicious dog who is apparently guarding the mansion while the hunter is out sees you coming and bounds toward you. Save. 8. Talk to dog. Look at dog. Wait. You wait hoping to fake the dog out, but it doesn't slow its progress until its teeth are securely fastened in your neck. Yow, you blew it, you're dead. Death around every corner in this game. Feed rat to dog is what we're supposed to do. You throw the dead rat in the direction of the dog. Unfortunately for you, its stomach belies its training. It picks the rat up and disappears around one corner. I wanted to demonstrate how punishing this game is by kind of going wrong every time. Okay, north. Okay, so we're back in the foyer. Let's go to east. Ooh, look at the flowers. Look at flowers. Those weren't there before. They're not to be seen. Anyway, it's fine. North. Now we need to get the trap. You pick it up. You need to get the key. Let's save it at 7. Go south. West. South. South. Yeah, I don't know how you would figure a lot of this stuff out. For instance, right now here is this place. We're supposed to set the trap here. Find an appropriate spot near the woods for the trap and pry the jaws apart. Why don't we just wait? You wait for what seems like an eternity before you see the hunter coming through the forest. He spots you and takes aim, but changes his mind and starts moving forward. As he approaches, he checks his movement and looks down at the trap you set. He smiles, steps over it, and walks up to where you are standing. The game is over, and I'm still the greatest. He lowers his gun and pulls the trigger. Your game seems to be quite over. Yeah, we're supposed to now... I don't know. I just want to read the description to see if there's any chance we would even figure this out. It doesn't say that there are these things, but we're supposed to cover the trap with leaves. Okay, I'm going to double check, because I don't think it says that, right? Somewhere in the middle of the jungle. Is the word even leaves said? The word leaves is not even mentioned on this screen. That's fine. Cover trap with leaves. You carefully cover the trap with leaves, making it look as natural as possible. Now we're supposed to wait. We're not even supposed to hide. Nothing happens. Wait. Right, here we go. Okay, his attention is totally on his... Okay, I should have restore... Oh, which sorry, was it restore 7? No, restore 8. Was it 8 after all? Sorry, I lost track of what number I was at. Inventory. Okay, feed rat to dog. Yeah, sorry, whoops. Yeah. Okay. Right, okay, so save. I'm going to save this as 9 again. Okay, save it at 9. Set trap. Cover trap with leaves that aren't here or aren't mentioned. Wait. Okay. Okay, you wait for what seems like forever before you see the hunter coming through the woods. He sees you, pretending not to see him, and aims his gun. Suddenly, he changes his mind, lowers his gun, and approaches. His attention is totally on his prey, and he fails to notice the odd-looking pile of leaves. He steps in the center, springing the trap, which crunches against his leg with bone-shattering intensity. Did it mention leaves? Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I gotta write this down. Soundeveld has said, there's another DOS adventure game that uses this Gigaworld's engine. It's Questmaster 1, the Prism of Hehutotol. Hehutotol. I'm gonna write this down. Questmaster 1, the Prism of Hehutotol. That's fun to say. On the previous screen I mentioned... Okay, I want to know. The scream that issues forth drowns out all the sounds of the jungle, and when he stops, there's nothing but total silence. I need to... I want to know how unfair the game is. Let's see. Somewhere in the middle of the jungle, you hear the sound of little animals scurrying through the bushes to the east and west. And although the tight brush does not allow for much movement, there are small bushes to the east and west. Okay, it just says there are bushes. It doesn't say there are leaves. I guess you can imply that there are leaves because there are bushes. Area 85, that is the musical sting for the Twilight Zone. That's the only music that is in this game as far as I can tell. And it just happens randomly. It does not mention leaves here. It mentions bushes. If I look at the bushes, does it say the bushes have leaves? No. It says bushes aren't here. The last screen with a different image. Oh, okay, previously? Okay, wait. North? This one? You find yourself outside a big old mansion. To the north is a short stairway leading up to a set of double doors. One to your right has a sliding peephole. The one to your left has a doorbell on it. To the east and west is some thick shrubbery filled with leaves. There's no one... This is why I'm not good at these games. There's thick shrubbery filled with leaves that no one has bothered to rake out. To the northwest is a small walkway leading off to the woods. They're here, but they're not on the screen. They're needed. And I can't take them, right? I bet I can't take them. Look at leaves. Oh, most of the leaves are in a pile at the base of a nearby tree, but there are a few strays scattered about. Can I get the leaves? It's not here. Take leaves. It's not on the right screen though. It's not on the right screen though. And you can't take them. You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're totally right. That's Thank you, journeyman. The game wants you to stay, but you want to take your leaves. You're not wrong. They did mention leaves in the adjacent screen. And you can look at them. You can look at them. They describe them, but you cannot take them. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, Hunter, leg crunch. Right. Can we talk to Hunter? Haha, the hunter managed to slip a small gun out from somewhere on his body, and before you notice, he shoots you. Yeah, Panda walks into bar, eats, shoots, and leaves. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the walkthrough. This game, man. Tie Hunter with rope. Whoops. I didn't even spell that correctly. Thank you, game. The game is so nice. I spelled it ope. You quickly tie the hunter up before he can recover enough to retaliate. Just then, the business card you carry begins to vibrate. See, you need to have the business card. You wouldn't have the business card if you came here first, and you can easily come here first. Just then, the business card you carry begins to vibrate wildly, and a shiver runs throughout your body. That's yeah. I knew this would happen. I knew they would require you to have an inventory item that you may not have, because you can come here first. We're supposed to drop the card. Okay, I'm gonna look at the card. I'm gonna save the game. Save the game at 7. Look at card. The business card is made out of a small piece of sturdy white paper. The front has some writing on it. The hunter manages to slip a small gun out from somewhere in his body, and he shoots me. You cannot look at the card that is... Yeah, we didn't do a good job tying him up. We just had to drop the card. You drop the business card in front of the hunter, glad to be rid of the vile thing. As it touches the ground, a cloud of smoke appears, obscuring your vision. Smoke clears, revealing the evil Grim Reaper. He throws a quick glance at you and then turns back to face the hunter. The hunter screams and then is silent forever. The Reaper takes the lifeless body of the hunter in his arms and turns to speak to you. Death has been paid, but it is never paid in full. Some day I shall return, and then you must obey my call. Ha 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 ha. He vanishes as quickly as he came, taking the hunter with him. Nice. Good. Good. Save 6. Now what? Okay, well I know what because I got the walkthrough north. Northwest. Oh, you walk through a tight, wet walkway into a large cavern. There are 2 lit torches bathing the cavern with an eerie glow. The cave is empty, and the only sound you hear is the dripping of unseen water droplets falling from the ceiling. To the west is a door carved into the rock. The only other exit is a small dark tunnel leading off to the southeast. West. Oh, beautiful. You make your way through the twisty little passage to emerge at a boat dock built into... Oh, did I have it on there when I did the screenshot? Okay, sorry. You make your way through the twisty little passage to emerge at a boat dock built into the cave. The room is basked in the yellow glow of lantern light bouncing off moist rocks. There is a wooden dock leading out. Look how nice that is. Leading out over the black water to a secured speedboat gently bobbing up and down in perfect time with the ocean current. The water is seeping into the cavern through an inlet large enough to allow passage of a small boat. At the edge of the dock is a small shed which is probably used for storage, and as it wouldn't accommodate a person of normal size, in this area there is a coil of rope. Rope is the most useful thing in this game. The rope. Great. It doesn't say we need to get the rope, so we're not going to get the rope. Exactly. The hunter emerges from the water and shoots you dead. The hunter reincarnates, or the Grim Reaper comes back and decides he wants you now. We're just going to follow this, get in, boat. As you climb into the boat, it sways slightly under the sudden change of weight and then returns to its normal bobbing motion. Start boat. You slide the key into the slot and turn it. You hear the boat start, and then you are once again swimming in the invisible liquid. You are standing outside an old abandoned warehouse, etc. We're back here. Okay. My gosh, this took way longer than I was expecting. North. North. East. Of course. I love this one too. You find yourself standing before an immense building. Its Gothic architecture. It looks quite ancient. It seems to have a very elaborate security system. Lots of hidden cameras and lasers scan the lawn. The entrance is directly to your south, but the way is barred by a fence. There are driveways leading away from the museum to the north and west. Save under 6. Gotta go south. You walk a little ways until you are halted by a rather odd-looking fence. It has a very high-tech design with special screens showing a view of the entire grounds. There are no guards, but it doesn't appear guards are needed with defenses like these. Past the gate, the walkway continues south to a stairway leading up to a door. To the north is the exit from the museum grounds. In every other direction, the grounds continue in a beautiful pattern of green grass and leafy trees. You see a bunch of flowers. We have the key. We can unlock the gate now. Unlock a gate. You insert the key into the gate and turn. It opens south. Oh, beautiful. You're standing on a small cement porch before a set of double doors leading to the museum. The porch is supported by 4 pillars, 1 on each corner. The building is a tribute to an art long forgotten and is quite an inspiring sight. The floors are carved and stained very darkly. The doors are carved and stained very darkly, with handles that are long curves, big enough for the hand of a giant. The door is blocked by an array of lasers, which crisscross in front of the door. The only exit, other than entering the building, is to your north, down a pathway through the grounds and out of the museum. The colors are like my profile picture. Oh yeah, the green. Yeah, the green and the black. Oh no, we didn't. No, modern rooms, we needed both. Like we needed to immobilize the hunter in order for death to get him. We needed both of those things. I'm gonna see if I can die by these lasers, you guys. Save 7. Let's go south. Okay, the array of lasers prevents you from approaching. You mean they didn't just kill me? That's amazing. Oh yeah, yellow, green, red, and little blue. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's no sign here, and I don't. In my Halloween, neither in my Halloween like profile picture, or my usual one is not. No cyan. Reflect laser. I don't know. Okay, so these are red laser beams. I guess we could guess we would need to use the green gem, right? Reflect lasers with gem. Oh yeah, he had a gun in his boot or something. Reflect lasers with gem. You carefully place a gem in the intersection of lasers. They reflect the coherent beams into a beautiful array of light. The door opens. What? Is that right? You step through the door and into a room made up entirely of mirrors. The sight is fascinating. That is, until the doorway slams behind you, making the maze of mirrors complete. You can see your reflection hundreds of times, each one smaller and smaller. You hold your breath trying to stave off insanity as every move you make so drastically shifts everything in the room. The only thing keeping you sane is a set of flashing lights near the ceiling on the south wall. At least you think it is the south wall. A small row of buttons directly below them. This, I guess, is the Twilight Zone. Save under 8. Look at lights. The row of 4 lights seems to be flashing in a random order. However, you are barely able to detect a pattern clicking that you know must somehow be related to the buttons. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it could be a glitchy Mondrian. Or, yeah, a bad subway system. Why would we press button 2? Let's press button 1. Let's see how we'll die with this. How am I supposed to know the order of this? Listen to clicks. Listen to buttons. Push. What did I save on again? Save under 7. Press button 1. Which one? Press button 2. This is a problem because we're supposed to press button 2. Press 2. Oh, this part's not about sus. Use 2. Okay. Use 2. I'm gonna try to use 1. I see what you're saying. Press button 1. Okay, can we restore? Okay, so that's what you gotta do. Okay. I can do this. Press. Yeah, the walkthrough uses the word 2. Press button 2. Click. Oh, see? Press button 4. Okay, so there is feedback. You can eventually brute force this. Thank you, Sonneveld. Bless you. Press button 1. Gosh, there's a lot of buttons to press. I don't know how you would know to do this. It's okay. I don't care. It's fine. As you press the button, you hear the distant sound of machinery working for a few seconds. South. You step through the mirror, which seems odd since most people don't do such things. It is one of the strangest sensations you will ever experience, as for a second you become one with a mirror. Did you have a chance to reflect on your current situation? Oh, it's nice. That's nice. I don't know if NK's still here, but this ShareX screen sharing like app that you connected me with is so good. I really like it. It's got so many features. It's kind of crazy, but I think I've got whatever small amount of things I want it to do. It does really well. You look around and find that you're standing on the other side of one of the mirrors in the mirror room. This is so 90s or 80s. In front of you is a stairway. Halfway up, the stairs split to the right and left and continue upward in separate directions. The only other avenue of escape would appear to be north, back into the mirror room. Not back into the mirror room. I'm going to save again. Save it as 7. Okay, I want to explore, even though it's probably a bad idea. Separate directions. Can I go north? Can I go southwest, southeast? You walk up the stairs until you reach its center, where you take the right branch the rest of the way. You reach at the top only to find your progress halted by a brick wall at the stairs end. One of the bricks appears as if it is a little loose. Take brick. This is the wrong way, by the way. Kick wall. Okay, it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to follow this. Oops. Southwest. You're standing in front of a door at the top of the long, curvy stairway. On the door is a sign reading "Employees Only." The only exit other than the door is to retreat down the stairs you ascended earlier. West. You are standing in a cramped hallway running east and west. It is barely wide enough for you to walk forward, and your shoulders rub against the sides. The ceiling is very high overhead and has spotlights suspended every few feet, making it very bright. At the eastern end of the hallway is the top of a stairway leading down, and at the western end is a door with no handle or keyhole. In the center of the door are 2 sculpted hands. One is about to drop a necklace to the other, which is poised to catch it. Sure. Examine locket. We have a locket from before. It's okay. The heart locket is small and frail. It is golden and looks like it could hold a small picture. Do we have a photo? We got a photo from one of the other things, right? Look at photo. Picture of some guy with real long hair. Okay. Put photo in locket. This all makes sense. It's a Twilight Zone. The photo fits perfectly. The locket seems more complete. Look at door. The west door has no handle or lock, but has 2 hands touching. Where they meet, there is a small imprint. Look at imprint. The imprint is heart-shaped. Put locket in slot. The little locket fits perfectly into the door, which opens slowly. I'm going to save it. 4. Let's go west. Whoa! As you step through the doorway, it closes and slowly vanishes. You find you are standing right in the center of a huge stadium, filled with odd-looking people. They look sort of like humans. You are in some kind of bubble that seems completely impenetrable. The arena extends around you for quite a distance before it reaches a sheer wall encircling the perimeter. All the people are on their feet, cheering and clapping, apparently, for you. Gary Ankles, by the way. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I'm not sure if I said so. Says I'm like a little person in a movie theater with a screen that fills my vision. This is epic. This is epic. I'm gonna wait. This is, yeah, I don't know how you would get here without a lot of help. Like, I got a lot of help. It took a village to get here. Yes, happy Crimson Tuesday, Gary Unclose. Before you can carry out your action, okay, well, I was going to just wait. The strange creature standing above you speaks. We've taken you to task, and you have proven not only yourself, but your entire species this day. We have been testing you. We thought it would be a mere formality before the elimination of a particularly unremarkable planet of particularly unremarkable beings. But you have passed. You used methods and displayed emotions not thought possible of your race nor any other related. We now find you a mystery rather than a danger, and frankly, you've puzzled us. You do not deserve treatment such as this, and therefore we end our experiment. Consider yourself proud, consider yourself free. This door will take you back to your home. As he waves his hand, a floating door appears before you. Oh yeah, oh, don't even get me started. Area 85. Walkthrough. There was an Amiga Let's Play, an Amiga Long Play you can also take a look at. Sonneveld fixed this game. Then people suggesting things. It's a lot. So, just as you step through, you hear game. Just as you, okay, well that is actually, we didn't miss anything there. This is awesome. Okay. Just as you step through, you hear a bizarre noise, as if the entire Colosseum has burst into laughter. You find yourself in your living room and hear the door slamming shut behind you. When you turn around to look, you notice the old door is no longer there. The aliens, too, are gone, and you are forced to consider if all of this ever really happened. You walk over and attempt to open your window for some fresh air, but find you can't. You look out and see bars of light preventing you from leaving, and beyond the bars you can see aliens walking around looking at displays, each from different planets. Every once in a while, one will stop and look at you. Home? You are home? It would seem that your new home is in the natural habitat of a zoo. Bobadina, happy Crimson Tuesday. Doors are nothing more than two-way streets. They may lead you from the comfortable to the Twilight Zone. The end. Ba 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 ba. Ah, wow.